gonna have to go Envy just for the sake of having something to go against you for. But Envy, 3 Amigos, Nozomi Citadel, lot on the line here, Sam.
A lot on the line indeed. I mean, this is a best of 3, so teams will get multiple shots at holding the throne again. Winner of this series will earn themselves a crown. 3 Amigos already have one, 33% of the way there. Another one will put them at 66. Wouldn't be too bad to start us off here, but immediately it's 3 Amigos who actually make the cross early on, it looks like, to try to control this vault. We saw how much control they had in our last 3v3 matchup here on the Nozomi Citadel. Curious to see if that continues on. It's going to be not Bubba finding the opening pick, Cody.
Already being down 1 isn't great, but 3 Amigos, I think, going to be able to bounce back pretty quickly. Statue in hand. Great angle here from Stujay. Not really able to find much, though, unfortunately. But, oh no, if you don't want to get spotted, though, the RPG and the combo from Uni taking down Stujay again. 3 Amigos just barely getting their numbers back up to lose another. Busy trying to make something happen, and the winch gets blocked by the rail, but oh my gosh, taking a lot of damage in the mix. Envy looking so incredibly healthy here, having the numbers, having the means, continuing to apply the pressure. Down goes Unfortunate, down goes Busy, and Envy coming in with an explosive start.
Massive plays there as well. Yeah, that winch coming through. I think the combo with the red barrel there on the railing, putting a little bit of extra flair and damage. So Envy starting off very strong. This is a map that I feel like they play one of the strongest on. They constantly have vertical rotates that I think work out for them really well, and this is kind of where it showcases Bubba and Uni's 1, positioning, 2, mechanics, but also their rotations and just kiting ability out of this team. So we'll be curious to see how this re-attack comes through out of 3 Amigos. Vanish Bomb went through, and looks like it immediately was spotted, so the disengage has come back through, and now shots are starting to rain out. Gremlin on that SA-1216, no KS this time, so the range being hindered a little bit by him, but Stujay putting in that follow-up from the 93R, Cody.
Envy has such a great hold here. I mean, 3 Amigos trying to set up some sort of gameplay, but just getting shut down almost immediately. And Envy continuing to kind of keep them at bay, like you said. I mean, the glitch from a mile away. I mean, the home run did hit, but again, it's just not really doing much here. I mean, if you're 3 Amigos, we have made the cross. I mean, do we play under? I mean, the box is already set down there anyways, but no, they really want to take the fight right to them. Going up to the ramp, try to get like maybe a play from behind. The question is, do they get spotted? I mean, all 3 of them are going to jump on the 2 that are flanking around for 3 Amigos, and now they have grouped up, which is great here, but the RPG from Gremlin coming in. I mean, 3 Amigos on the back foot, unable to kind of make this recoup play, taking so much damage. Envy looking healthy, having the numbers in.
Yeah, Envy just doing a great job at fending off 3 Amigos. Bubba was on that flank angle in the top window, and we saw 3 Amigos kind of spot that immediately back up. Uni will find an opening onto Unfortunate as well. So again, 3 Amigos on the back foot. Nice winch. Follow up with the KS out of Busy. Will shut down Gremlin. That is massive value for the 3 Amigos, but you've got to start getting a move on here as this cash out timer is not in your favor, and it looks like that will be the case. The KS, I believe, out of Busy will create an opening through the ceiling to allow them to drop down. Steel Tip trying to come through. Nice barricade here as well. It looks like it's being contested too much. The flip is successful. Now Busy just has to hold off for maybe half a second. He was able to do so, and that box, Cody, headed over to the 3 Amigos as Envy kind of dilly-dallying a bit, not able to stall that out.
It goes to show that the fight matters, but what matters most is where you are when the steal happens. Because it doesn't matter if there's 1 left alive, if they have the full team, any of them can go for the steal, and if you are too far away to stop it, if they are able to set up, say, goo or in a corner, that's the end-all be-all. I mean, you have to hold the money. The fight's important, but man, the steal trumps everything. And 3 Amigos, I mean, a perfect timing, I mean, to call for that steal. Envy was too far away. I mean, even able to get the pick onto one of the lights, it wasn't enough. Busy held just long enough, and there was no time left. And you've got to be careful. I mean, if you're Envy, right, you're fragging out every step of the way. You're getting the picks, you're getting the kills, you're holding the box, but at the last second, you're losing it. I mean, it's a tough thing to happen.
Yeah, definitely agree with you. And speaking of which, it does look like this engagement is underway. Bubba did take a bit of damage. 3 Amigos took some returning fire. Full reset was successful for them, and this vault is in control of Envy. It's in the hands of Gremlin. See that in the UI there on the left side. Busy trying to find something with this KS-23. The guy really can do it all. We know him to be good on minigun. We've seen him good on BFR, and we've seen him good on the KS today. And RPG will connect there onto Uni. forcing him to back up. Gremlin looks like he's gotten out of dodge with this vault along with Bubba, while Uni continues to try to keep things distracted. Unfortunate, has him in his sights. He does find the pick as Uni dashes backwards into them. But look, Three Amigos realizing that Envy have already made their move. They've already plugged this in and they're controlling height as now Three Amigos have to chase them through the height.
Three Amigos, I mean, doing just such a great job. I think they've gotten this momentum and maybe have started to try to keep it. I mean, and they've done a great job doing it so far. Stujay taking a little bit of damage, but Envy kind of on the back foot here, not having Uni. I mean, it's such a tough spot to be in. The steal coming in, and again, Envy too far away to really make any sort of stop here. And now, Three Amigos in control of this box. This could be it. This could be match point, Sam. They are so close.
Yeah, this is looking great for the Three Amigos, and all they now need to do is take a play out of Envy's book. Just continue to kite. Really don't need to force an engagement too much. Let the onus be on Gremlin to engage this steal, and then play the retake. It's something that Envy does so well on this map. Three Amigos could benefit from doing the same, especially when you have Busy on that KS that can kind of create environments for himself like it is right now. Gremlin in his sights. The winch will connect. It was frame perfect. Nice little pixel peek there to get Gremlin off the box. That is one successful stall. Cash out now. 3/4 of the way done in this fight. Far from over, Cody.
Three Amigos just needs to stay alive, needs to stay nearby, needs to have a route to stop the steal, and the steal is coming in. Can Three Amigos interrupt it? Here's Busy with the win to do it once more in the gateway to get out. It's actually Envy's losing Uni in the process, losing Gremlin, not Bubba, the last one left, and there's not a lot of time left on the clock. Envy is out, and Three Amigos are taking this map 2-0, Sam.
Unbelievable stuff there out of Three Amigos. I mean, Busy, his tempo was perfect on that, right? Got the winch, threw that kind of pixel peek onto Gremlin the first time. Immediately disengaged. You know, put in some damage here and there, but then just decided to back up. And then on top of that, waited for it to come off cooldown. Gremlin goes for steal again. Busy comes in, winches him off, immediately gateways out through Envy's own gateway. It was perfect. Just absolutely textbook kiting. I can't believe it, Cody, but I want to know what our desk thinks as we wait for map number 2 to load up here. So let's take it back to them.
Appreciate it, Sam. I love the breakdown as well on Busy's winches. I was watching his perspective in that final fight, and the winch had just come off cooldown, not a full second, right before he was able to use it the second time and stall that last steal right before the rest of Three Amigos wiped Envy out of map 1. Impressive from Three Amigos. Their timing, just all around when it came to retaking, when it came to stalling, was perfect there, Vav, and Envy couldn't do much about it. But you muted, Vav.
My goodness, I am so
go.
dumb. You know, it's a mess doing prod, physically muting,
I did it
muting in
earlier.
Discord. It's a whole mess. It's okay. You covered for me, I covered for you. But what didn't get covered was Envy's back. They were not getting the light kills that they needed. They were getting picked off by the lights. The 2v2 kiting from Three Amigos was just so much better. And I hate to say it, but Envy relied on Gremlin too much. Not only did Gremlin pick the worst weapon possible into heavy light, which is the SA-1216, they didn't have a counter to the barricades that Busy was playing. Busy had great barricades, great winch, and a great KS play. The KS provided those sight lines, the winch denied point, and Three Amigos lights did a great job of gating him out every single time he had a stall. He waited until the last moment to deny the cash out because you can't out damage the H pluses, so just play winch into it, you know? That's just how the heavy double light meta is evolving. And Envy just couldn't adapt to it. They relied on Gremlin too much, like I said, and they couldn't kite properly versus the barricades and the utility that Three Amigos had. I mean, Three Amigos had great flips that went unpunished, and I think, honestly, Gremlin got picked off when they needed him for the stalls most. And in that situation, we already see sometimes the lights on Envy swapping off of H plus to play glitch or to play a second utility. We need them on goo. If Envy is going to win versus Three Amigos, I need to see that glitch grenade get dropped, and I need to see goo on one of these two lights, because as soon as Gremlin gets isolated and he's dead by the great ability of Three Amigos, they have no counter to the flip, and they need to play into that strength. They need to have another counter to the flip that they just don't have right now. And I mean, Sis Horizon, next map, we're going to see boxes probably winched out into the open, winched out into these long sight lines. We might not even see goo. We might just see, I don't know, hell, thermal bore counter the barricades. But we need to see something else from the lights on Envy. Going into Sis Horizon, which should be, I guess, starting here shortly, I see both the teams are ready. I mean, Utopian, our great observer, has all the teams set up, and I just want to give a huge shout out to him right now. He's doing a great job observing. I love the third-person shots. Great timing from him, and it gives us a great top-down perspective of where the lights are, where these teams are positioning. And I'm just excited to see how Sis Horizon varies so wildly from Nozomi, because the boxes, the cash out stations, are going to be positioned so much more differently. Not just where they spawn, but how they're manipulated and protected by these two teams. I think, low-key, Three Amigos get their second crown here. What do you think?
Oh, I mean, I still have confidence in Envy. That last game was won on thin margins, and the more open map that we're about to move to, I think benefits them still. But regardless, Three Amigos have already surprised us on many fronts today. So if they can steal away a second map from Envy here, get their second crown, then they'll be one away from taking the entire tournament and making this about as short an event as we could have possibly asked for. But in order for that to happen, they've got to beat Envy on Sis Horizon. And to take you through the action, it's Sam and Cody again.
Thank you, Des. Cody, map number 2, and possible opportunity for Three Amigos, to get control of their second out of 3 crowns here. I mean, we talked about it beforehand. We had our predictions. I'm on Three Amigos. You're on Envy. Has that changed at all for you as we wait to load in?
Well, you know, I think Envy is really good at being consistent and, you know, kind of maneuvering around things. So who knows? They might have downloaded Three Amigos. This might have been just their warm up match, right? They're like, we're gonna see how you play. We're gonna change it up later. Take it to you in the next map. So we'll have to see what happens there. Who knows? Maybe we'll go to game 3.
Yeah, definitely going to be interesting. I was curious to see maybe if Bubba actually flexes over to the medium. We saw it one time during the online series for TGM Cycle 1, where Bubba actually winded up on medium. It didn't really work out for them. They swapped back to HLL immediately, so I'm curious to see if maybe we see something like that today to just kind of throw a wrench in things. But for this matchup, it will be HLL versus HLL again. Winch on the side of Busy, Mesh on the side of Gremlin, and overall looking kind of like a straight rematch here, just on a new map.
Yeah, rematch indeed. I mean, Envy in a good spot here. Three Amigos really trying to fish for something, but needs to be careful on the up and up. Envy might be there waiting for them. And as I say that, Three Amigos have traded pipe, but Envy are contesting it once more. Down goes Stujay. Busy, barely clinging on to life as well, but able to get a pick onto Uni is unfortunate. Now the 2v2, the H+, are fortunate to get Busy up. Three Amigos have the means of the dome, and now they're going to get split, which is not great for Busy. He's going to lose his life. Unfortunate, the last one left up for Three Amigos, and Envy going to get the hand res as well. I mean, worst case scenario for Unfortunate here, you either, hang out, exactly what you're doing, kind of just post up, enjoy the view, do a little scenic, kind of think about the next day. Coin coming in. Yeah. Envy, I think they're playing really hard. Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough situation. And kind of positional breakdown there for Three Amigos. Unfortunate and Busy were kind of split. They created a 50-50 opportunity. I didn't realize that the back wall there for Unfortunate was open to allow him to actually get away. I thought he was kind of dead to rights. That must have gotten opened up from an RPG earlier on in that engagement. So he makes it out. Unfortunately, Busy, though, that means he is the one that gets focused and taken down. However, Vault just been opened. It is currently in control of Gremlin and Envy as the plug starts to come through here. Three Amigos also in the full reset, but fight looking like it might be starting out here.
Fight is going to start indeed. I mean, Three Amigos starting to make their approach. Envy in control of this box. Really good power position at that, but needs to be careful to not get split. I mean, I think both of these teams are so good at what they're doing positioning-wise that they'll realize they get split halfway through, and then there's no way to finish it. I mean, one team is going to capitalize on that, and then it's kind of GG's from there. But overall, I mean, Three Amigos really, really doing a good job. I think it's starting to make that approach, but like I said, I mean, kind of really split. Unfortunate, needs to be really, really careful here.
Yeah, this is very split. I mean, we saw it happen last time. It provides some value. Actually, speaking of which, Fortunate will find the opening onto Uni, so the flank angle will be successful. Looks like not Bubba taking the body of Uni. Unfortunate, not going to spot or hear him, so won't be able to follow that up. The res sound will come through, though, so the comms are going to flood in now for 3 Amigos as they try to collapse onto this. They know where Envy are. They know where they're hiding up, and it's Gremlin who actually retakes height and is able to find an opening there. Down goes Busy. Stujay taking a bunch as well, but Bubba and Gremlin both losing their heads. It's just Uni now trying to fight the 1v1 against Unfortunate. The damage goes out. Things are about even, about half and half on the health. Stujay reining in more fire here, but this is 3 Amigos' chance to go ahead and get a flip and start getting momentum in their favor, Cody.
And the Uni especially do such a great job at kiting and staying alive. And if he can get a pick here, it's going to be even more crazy. But 3 Amigos now have gotten the res. They have the numbers, they have the means, but points are going to come in from Envy here. Gremlin, not Bubba, now in as well. Busy going for the steal, and not a lot of time left for either of these teams. The steal coming in from 3 Amigos. They now have the control and the barricade to the face in Gremlin. Busy doing what he needs to do, but not Bubba in hot pursuit. And the steal coming in from Gremlin as well. There's not a lot of time left. They need to interrupt it, and at the last second, Envy steals it.
There's still like a microsecond to get back on this, but it looks like 3 Amigos will not do so. Instead, they're going to try to settle for the wipe, and it's unfortunately themselves that get wiped out there. Envy winding up getting that retake, and Bisky, I think, realized that he was just out of position. I believe his C4 maybe even got glitched off, so couldn't detonate that. Was even scrambling around just to try to find a red barrel. We saw Uni going for it as well and just couldn't find one nearby when 3 Amigos went for that initial steal and got the flip, Cody.
Right, I mean, man, Envy, I had done such a great job at it. Even when I felt like they lost it all, 3 Amigos had control of it, they just capitalized on every single tiny mistake that 3 Amigos made. And I mean, they're almost playing perfectly themselves. Both of these teams are just trying to exploit each other and trying to find it. And each of them are getting it every step of the way. Now, the vault starting to get moved, and 3 Amigos Busy, able to grab it and interrupt the gate, which is such a great spot to be in here. But Envy is not far behind. I mean, right in the midst here, starting to get some damage in. The H+ to keep Busy up. Uni taking a little bit himself as well. Both of these teams H+ing each other, trying to keep each other up. Uni stays pitched, though, in an incredible pick here for 3 Amigos. They now need to try to capitalize on this. Stujay doing what he needs to do, Sam.
Yeah, and on top of that, 3 Amigos punted the vault away, not realizing Envy were on the other side, and the follow-up's there. It's not going to be enough, or it is actually. Busy does find the elbow. I thought the trade-out did come through on Bubba, but Bubba actually finding one onto Unfortunate. Busy, the hand res will come through, and that is a wipe on Envy. 3 Amigos in control here, but I was gonna say, I saw Busy grab the vault and immediately punt it, I think just to get it kind of underway, not realizing Envy was on the other side of the wall, and he almost gave them full objective control by doing so, and then they got the jump on him, but 3 Amigos somehow making it out with their lives. They need to get out of this position, though, before Envy close in.
3 Amigos in a good spot here with the control of the box, but like you said, Envy has the height, and I mean, they kind of just winched it closer to Envy. This is Envy's box to gain and 3 Amigos to lose, and they need to try to rotate out, but Gremlin's trying to take the fight directly to them. The H+ to keep up the full, but not full enough, and 3 Amigos continuing to hold out somehow, some way. Maybe they have a gateway set up to get out. This would be the chance to flip the height onto Envy. I called it, but the gateway didn't get exactly where I thought they did, but man, the angle from Unfortunate, getting some great shots onto Uni, but unable to find much of a pick. Down goes Busy, though, which could be a spell for disaster for 3 Amigos. Losing your heavy, the 2 lights need to stay alive, need to try to get a pick, need to try to do something, but Uni getting a pick onto Unfortunate, and Stujay, the last one left. Now, Envy going to steal this box in, and there's not a lot of time left for 3 Amigos.
This is a tough situation for 3 Amigos, right? Because this box, like you said, not much time left. It's going to be about 3/4 of the way done by the time 3 Amigos spawn in. They really can't go for a steal play here. I mean, the barrier is still there for the winch for Busy to bring it in, you know, down below. We can see that little guardrail. They kind of have to take the 3v3 fight and win this. And doing it against Envy, who are kind of the masters of kiting, gonna spell really hard. And on top of that, yeah, a very far spawn, Cody.
You got the worst spawn you can get. I mean, quite literally. They're gonna run into it, and Envy's just going to collapse every direction. Down goes Stujay. Down goes Unfortunate. Down goes Busy. and Envy are going to take this map. Sam, I called it. We're going to game 3.
we knew this was gonna be close. It's just been all out brawl. That one looking a little dominant out of Envy, but to break down the action, let's throw it back to our desk, who can maybe give us a little bit of insight on what to expect from map 3.
Appreciate it, guys. Envy with a bit of a bounce back right there. I gotta say, before we jump into the Envy glazing for forcing map 3 Vav, I loved the set pieces that 3 Amigos were tossing at Envy to get early picks in fights. Unfortunate was playing a ways away from the team, and a couple of times in combination with an RPG from Busy, or just straight up catching an Envy light off guard. They were able to start off fights well, but Envy looked like they warmed up a little bit after that first map. It was weak. It was a weak start to this best of 3 from really everyone on Envy, especially Gremlin, but they really did turn it around for Sis Horizon.
And you made a great point starting out that I was actually going to talk about too. I mean, unfortunate being the light this time around to be separated from the team. I really didn't like that. Stu-J was doing great work in the cash outs, being the solo light, being the one separated from the team. I think unfortunate plays better next to Busy. I don't think he succeeded as much as Stu-J did as that runaway light, as that light to play info. And also, just speaking on the loadout choices, they got counterpicked hard. Gremlin had the mesh shield up, which 3 Amigos didn't really fall for that bait. They didn't just shoot at the mesh shield and give up their positioning, but they did have a harder time isolating and taking out Gremlin on the mesh shield. Meanwhile, Busy staying on that KS, I didn't like it this time around. You've got to predict that Envy's going to try to counterpick you, play into you. And I think Mesh and Shaq, maybe even Lewis, are just the better picks on Sis Horizon for the heavy double light here. KS, you know, especially when the boxes are just being winched out into the open, you don't get as much use from the KS. The KS really shines when you create those sight lines inside the building, open up the bottom floor a ton without collapsing the building, give your lights room to play around. There was no room for the lights to play around here. It was all just open the box, keep it in the open, and the KS really didn't have as much impact there. I would honestly argue that even the BFR would have been a better pick here for Busy, because it's just going to shoot that slight bit faster and have that slight bit more consistency reloading throughout the course of the game compared to the other weapons on heavy. I think any other heavy weapon, you know, spare flamethrower, minigun, those funny one-off picks, would have been a better pick for Busy there. But I do want to compliment 3 Amigos and Busy's barricade usage. We saw it on the first cash box. That is exactly why I love barricade into heavy light instead of dome. You block off as a heavy. If you get caught out, you're going to get hunted, especially if you're away from your lights. If you're in the open playing for info, they're not going to focus on you. So Busy playing into those barricades, blocking off the doorways as he's getting chased. Great job from him. Great example usage for everyone here to maybe implement into their own gameplay, that barricades are absolutely worth it versus a heavy light team. And especially versus a team where, you know, you're going to be winching the box out into the open. You need to sort of have something to protect you on the steal. Barricade does a great job at all of it. But Envy, at the end of the day, they just had great flips. They had great consistent damage thanks to the Shaq on Gremlin and thanks to the 93Rs on Bubba and Uni. Do I want to see the M11 from Uni? Yes, I do. But is it viable versus double light? Not as much as 93R. And that makes me kind of sad. I really do want to see some more weapon variety from the light, maybe even some ARN or something. But we're going to be going into Bernal shortly. I think 3 Amigos might be able to flip this back. I think they might flip the script. Bepic, what do you think before we send it to Sam and Cody?
I'll flip right there with you. 3 Amigos have looked very good in those close quarters fights and have found ways to nullify an Envy lineup that is normally very shifty and difficult to bring down. But let's see what happens. If the barricades really are the answer to this current finals meta and to take you through all the action, it's a big shocker. Still Sam and Cody.
All right, map number 3, it all comes down to this. One crown will be awarded between 3 Amigos and Envy. 3 Amigos, again, looking for their second. Envy looking for their first, Cody.
Oh, man, I mean, already jumping into the thick of it. We don't even have time to think, but real quick, Sam. have you changed off Three Amigos? Are you still hoping they prevail?
I think Three Amigos got this. I really think as long as their positioning doesn't break down, they can win a lot of these team fights. It's just, there's been a couple situations, especially in that last map, where Unfortunate felt kind of out of place. It winded up kind of making things a 50-50. Busy winded up kind of losing his life from it.
I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. Andy, we've seen play this map, and they played it well. So who knows if they're going to do that exactly again. And the positioning from Envy on this map especially really is truly a master class. It kind of reminds me of old KCP on Fortune Stadium. I mean, the way we talked about them and the way they played, it's kind of Envy's map. I mean, I feel like they just, the way they maneuver, the way they're constantly taking advantage of positioning every step of the way, kind of spells out for them.
Totally right here. And this fight starting off almost immediately. Gremlin down to half, but it's going to be Busy going down first. Again, the Heavy getting picked. This is not great if you're Three Amigos, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to recover that body. So it's up to Stujay and Unfortunate to try to even the odds here. The damage is going to be going out, but it's going to be Uni who continues to press the advantage, making things a 3v1. And now Stujay has to wait for some coins, and this is giving Envy room to run.
Room to run, indeed. I mean, Three Amigos have to run themselves. Stujay almost crawling, some might say, away from the opposition, waiting for the coins to come in, and Envy going to start to move this vault, plugging it into box A, now in control. And this is going to be a little bit of a tough push for Three Amigos. I mean, especially on a map like Bernal, we've talked about it 1,000 times, the sight lines, right? You know, not too much height, not a ton of verticality, but a lot of corridors, a lot of walls, a lot of layers. And this is just a tough push, I think, for Three Amigos. You really want a pad here. I feel like Bernal is one of those maps where having that pad RPG is so useful. And you can have that sort of setup with a gateway, but it just doesn't feel the same to me. I don't know. What do you think?
The thing is, like, the pad sets you up, I feel like, with more time. You get a little bit more air maneuverability to kind of, you know, line up the shot with the RPG. However, it does open you up to damage as well, right, while you're in the air, whereas the gateway is more instantaneous. So you just got to be really calculating with that gateway. But I agree. I mean, as a heavy player, I love being pad RPG, especially for Doll. But this engagement, Cody, starting off immediately, and again, it's Busy going down first. That's the heavy being traded out. But Gremlin actually getting traded as well, thanks to that 93 RO. But Fortunate Uni trying to even the odds. It's going to be Bubba who finds the pick onto Unfortunate. It's now 1v1. Stujay fully healthy. Bubba, the health regen will come through. This fight will need to go through, and the damage has started. Stujay brought down half, and it is so even. Stujay going massive. Three Amigos will take control of this box, Cody.
Oh my god, I genuinely thought, I'm like, surely not Bubba clutches this out. No, it's Stujay. That guy clutched up. You saw those shots, you saw the tracking. That guy's been in aim labs. He's cooking. Oh my gosh. Okay, what a great play from Three Amigos. I don't even know if Envy have time. They have to move so quickly. I was gonna say real quick, that gateway probably wasn't great for Three Amigos, right? I mean, we saw Busy go through really late after the gateway popped too, so all of Envy was waiting. None of the lights wanted to go through out of fear of the RPG, but we can talk about that a little bit later. The winch to get it out into the courtyard. This is a great position for Three Amigos to hold this. There's no time left. I think they're going to get this box sale.
Three Amigos now on the advantage and looking to continue to press it as the res will come through for Gremlin on to Bubba. He's spotted though. Busy gonna take him down with the hand res. One successful with RPG. Gonna shut Bubba right back down, turn him right back into another pile of points. Uni trying to find something here as it's a 1v1. Heavy versus light. Health regen not in favor of Busy. They see the hand through the wall. Uni's the chalice. He loses it. It's Three Amigos continuing on. Busy going huge.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how the winch broke there or what happened, but what an insane... I mean, you had to chow it, right? He was getting the res. I mean, what do you do? I mean, if you're Envy here, this is actually probably a fortunate position for you. Some might say a fortunate stadium. Sorry, that was a bad bit. Anyways, regardless though, I mean, you have A and B, right? Vault 2 is getting popped. I mean, or no, sorry, B and C. And Envy could spawn right in the middle of them, hold Three Amigos here, and it seems like they did spawn nearby, but look, Three Amigos aren't even popping the vault. They're saying, you know what? No, this is our game to win. Come and fight us.
Yeah, and I mean, this is something that they have no problem doing. They love being patient. We saw it on the Zombie Citadel earlier today, right? It looked like they might even stall the box out the whole game. I like it out of them. Yes, it's a bit slower of gameplay. My TikTok brain maybe wants the fight to start immediately, but I mean, this is kind of their strategic play, right? And Busy in hot pursuit, nice glitch barrel there to get rid of the dome from Gremlin. Follow-up shots were good. Busy finds the pick with that Shaft 50, nice H plus going through as well. He finds another on the bubble. It's once again up to Uni, who we know can 1v3. If somebody's gonna do it, it's gonna be him. But Busy in hot pursuit, immediately taken down, but traded out by Unfortunate. 3 Amigos, Cody. Looking pretty good here and looking on pace for a second crown.
On pace indeed, and a second crown surely could be in their grasp really soon. They are very close. The final box soon to be plugged. The timer will start, and soon we will find out if 3 Amigos can secure another crown. Envy surely are calming back and forth, trying to find a break, a crack in 3 Amigos' plan. And I mean, I feel like they have the means, but something along the way isn't translating correctly. I mean, Envy go in, just persevering, but they just lose numbers. 3 Amigos is just pushing through, and Busy especially is gunning for Gremlin every step of the way and making sure he is out of the fight.
I mean, Busy's finding a lot of these eliminations, but I gotta say, I think it's unfortunate just being on those flank angles with H+. It literally allowed Busy to get that second pick, and he cleaned up the third. He's doing an incredible job just on that second light, kind of providing support and enabling Busy to do as he's been doing. And that wasn't really the case in what we saw on map 2, right? He got caught out a lot. Not the case here on Bernal.
Not the case on Bernal, indeed. Envy kind of losing height here, but some good angles from Uni, able to get a pick onto Unfortunate, and down goes Busy as well. He might have spoken way too soon. Stujay, the last one for 3 Amigos, duking it out, but needs to stop the steal as well, and with no time to really interrupt it, Envy gonna be in control of this box, and Stujay's gonna have to wait for the coins.
Yeah, I mean, disengage, let the reset come through. You know, it's not a full point timer. I feel like this is the right play out of Stujay. You know, we could go and play retake. We're up a box, so it's not map win. It's not series win, in fact, for Envy as well. So I like this play out of Stujay. Busy and Unfortunate will get back into the arena. It looks like they did spawn near Chapel. And the regroup coming through now out of 3 Amigos as the engagement has now begun.
They have to make an approach soon. There's not a lot of time left on this box. Sam and 3 Amigos are going to try to make something happen as soon as possible. The winch coming in. This could be the means for Busy to succeed. The steal coming in now, and Gremlin has no way to interrupt. He's trying to land with the RPG, but the dome blocks it. No, it does drop. He is able to interrupt it, and I don't know if there's any time. He's holding on to H+ to keep him alive, and they don't get it. We're going to box 3. Envy and 3 Amigos are tied. Anyone can win. Anyone can secure a crown.
And it's going to be Envy fighting the white onto 3 Amigos there after all of that. After all the dynamism that we just saw. Gremlin taking a look back at the rubble like, oh my God, what did I just go through? That box headed over to Envy, tying things up. I mean, we said that this series was going to be close, and boy, did they deliver, Cody.
Delivering indeed, and 3 Amigos might be delivering Envy a crown very soon if they can continue this pace, but I really want to hammer down that anyone can win this. This is a scary time to be in for both of these teams. The nerves are high, Sam. Surely, I mean, they are calming every step of the way. They're making plans. I mean, what are you thinking here if you're 3 Amigos? How do you secure this?
I mean, if you're 3 Amigos, you just had such a close opportunity. It slipped through your hands thanks to that RPG out of Gremlin, but the dynamism was working in your favor, and I think you just keep a level head. You allow, again, Unfortunate to play those off angles. Stujay just keeping an eye probably on Unfortunate to make sure that he doesn't go down early, because, again, he has been enabling Busy to kind of be the difference maker in a lot of this map. A lot of the key plays that we saw on that first cash out came from him, but I believe Unfortunate got picked early on that second cash out, Cody.
Definitely did get picked a little early. I mean, we've said it time and time again that final round really is a numbers game, and it is so important, especially when you don't have that medium, that you keep the numbers up. The minute you go into a fight losing one or have lost one, the fight's over. I mean, we have seen time and time again that, you know, teams are able to get reses or able to get out and reset, but I think that's more of a mechanical issue. when it should be enough. If you're playing perfectly, the team that doesn't have the numbers should be losing. That is just, it's how it is. On paper,
Yeah.
that's how it goes. Obviously, things happen. Sometimes people pop off.
We got a shout out as well real quick. 3 Amigos went ahead and flipped height here. The detonation of the C4, I think, out of Gremlin as well is going to drop that box down, which will bring the onus down from 3 Amigos onto Envy, and the fight has now begun. Envy taking a bit of damage. It's going to be Uni, who's brought down to 1 bar, but Bubba finds the opening onto Unfortunate Cody.
The unfortunate, we were just talking about it. I mean, it's not a great position for 3 Amigos to be in. Stu barely clinging on to life, and not Bubba getting that pick to take him down. Busy the last one up, but 3 Amigos are out of this fight, and I don't know if there's any time left, Sam.
This is going to be, I really don't think there is time on this, but it is going to be a desperate push from 3 Amigos if they're going to make this happen. But I think it's looking more and more safe to say that Cody, Envy, will claim the throne and will claim their first crown.
Envy played incredibly. They started not on the right foot, but they downloaded 3 Amigos and they took it home in the end. Bernal is their map. You need to be scared of Envy. Oh my gosh, Sam. I don't know if there's any better people to break down that entire series than our wonderful desk. So I think we should send it over to